What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters?
Say it again. Say it again. Keep on the back.
What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters?
Soil. Damn.
We're trying to work both Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's been a little trick. So how's everybody doing this weekend?
Today is Sunday,
Mm-hmm. It is.
4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 4th, 2024. I see all it on the computer. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. We are on storm duty. Oh, I can't scoot. I was going to say I can scoot. I got all this space. I can't. We are on storm duty. Hurricane, tropical storm, Debby, whoever she is. She is out there. And we hope and pray that everyone is safe. Everyone that's in storm's path is safe. If you are catching the replay, hashtag replay and let us know where are you located and will you feel any of the effects of Hurricane Debby.
Yeah, guys, pray for us. Pray for everybody that's in the path of the storm. We do have trees over our house, which is always a concern during these storms. We're supposed to have a ton of rain.
Like too much rain.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So that's going to be troublesome for a lot of our county, our city.
Yeah. They are having I just saw they were doing a live briefing with the mayor, transportation, law enforcement, even the mayor of Garden City was there, and he was saying, whatever Savannah doing, that's what we doing, just to be safe. I know a lot of people, they always say, I've been through these storms for 50 years, and I'm okay, and blah, blah, this, which is true, you know. I ain't saying be afraid or don't do this and don't do that. Don't be silly. You know, be safe. Think about your animals. Think about your neighbors. Definitely be safe. Be aware and be prepared because anything can happen. And the last thing you want to do is be caught with your pants down.
Yeah, so I say be overly prepared versus underprepared. So, I mean, yeah, I've been living here all my life and we never took a direct hit. Maybe once when I was a kid. And it's easy to take them for granted, like nothing gonna happen just like always. But if it does, hey, you know, you want to be in the best position possible. And that's being over prepared.
Yeah. And I've seen where people have lost their lives in Savannah or even in Tabby. And it's not that, I mean, it's because of the after effects of what these storms can do. Falling trees, lightning, all that good stuff. So, give you heads up, be safe. Yes, Linda, exactly. Be safe. So you can't just say, well, I made it through the storm, you know, because the way the ground gets saturated and these trees topple over, that's when it really get dangerous. So you want to be careful of that.
Yeah. So a lot of times, they'll do an evacuation, and because we are so used to it not being much, everybody wait to the very, very last minute
evacuated the same time.
To try to, and then everybody's stuck on the road. So you're going through the storm on the road in your car, which is never a good idea.
So somebody did ask me this morning, we got the question of what should they do to prepare for a hurricane or an event like this, a storm. Some of the things, I grew up in Virginia. And I can remember as a kid always having to fill a tub, fill a sinks. That's what my mom would always make sure all of the sinks and tubs in the house were filled with water. And even now, that mom called early this morning, and that'd be some of the first things she said. Make sure y'all fill y'all tubs up. And most of the time you thinking, for what? Last time I ain't had to use it or I ain't do nothing. But it is, you would rather be safe than sorry. That's a way you can flush your toilet. If you need water, you got water, you know, you got decent water compared to not having no water at all. I'd rather drink the water out my tub than not have no water at all.
Exactly. Don't worry about flushing the toilet.
Don't worry about flushing it. Go outside, dig a hole.
Yeah. I'll just let it sit there.
Go outside and dig a hole. Because, Lord, we got to be in the house with that.
Yeah,
so, and if the power go out, Lord, go dig a hole.
So that's one thing that you actually definitely want to think about. What if you're out of power for a week?
Yeah.
2 weeks. Do you have the necessary? Do you have everything in place to where you can survive or make it for that whole week without no power?
So this ought to be fun. So now that you brought that up, having no power, y'all name Facebook. We have Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, I can't see YouTube, but I think my husband can.
I'm trying to get to it, but
you watching Jesse and Lisa? What they on the road again? Let's see. Let's help Bobby get to us. Lord, he can't even find our own channel.
Yeah, you can't find it either.
Where we at?
We on our channel.
I don't know where you at. So I think it'll be fun to know where who are we, Blacks? Tropical Homestead. We can't find our own live. There we go.
Okay.
What name one thing or name something that's important to have just in case the power go out. To me, because I gotta eat, I'm gonna say charcoal. Even if you don't have a grill, you can find a way to cook. You know, if your power go out for a week, my thing is, and this happened, and since I've been in Savannah, the power went out for like 5-6 days, and one thing I made sure I had was charcoal. So because when the refrigerator went out, you know, they say keep the refrigerator closed. Yeah, you want to keep it closed, but how long is that gonna still last? Because think about it, it's 100 degrees here.
David Hunt.
How long? What's up, David Hunt?
Talking about thanks for using Savannah. See, of course.
We use it in
job.
Everything.
Yeah, you did a great job.
I think Bobby got another video coming out with it.
Yeah.
A couple of them. As a matter of fact.
Man, I think the more I listen to it, the catchier it get, and man.
I was singing last night.
I was ready to video.
I was half asleep. I was like, girl, you better stop. But charcoal, that way, think about all that food that may go to waste that's in your freezer. Cook it. And have a hurricane party. You know, your neighbors, 9 times out of 10, they ain't got no power neither. Even though all of y'all might be in the same predicament, rather than waste all that food, cook it. Yes. It'll last a little longer. You got something to eat. And hey, you might as well make the best of it. So charcoal is important to me.
Right. So David Hunt said, do y'all have a generator? We do not.
Yet.
Yeah. We have power boxes.
Yeah.
So that will help us with cell phones and stuff like that for a while. But we do not have nothing that will run our
house
refrigerator or freezers.
Yeah.
But things will stay cool or frozen in the freezer for a couple to a few days.
Yeah.
So like my wife was just saying, having a means to prepare it is good. So having charcoal, having wood, having stuff that you can use on your grill outside, because a lot of times most of us got electric stoves, you know, microwaves and all that stuff there, but don't have a way, if you don't have a power, to be able to prepare anything. Yeah. So you want to be able to cook the food that you have in your freezer. Hey,
start at the top.
Get cooking.
Work to the bottom. Because the stuff at the bottom should stay frozen longer. So start at the top and work your way down, but y'all have food. Matches and candles, most definitely. Speaking of candles, somebody knew we were going to need some candles because they sent us candles. What did I do with them? Oh, one box here.
Yeah. We're going to
send us candles yesterday.
Those things smell good.
Yeah, I was like, candles, okay. But yeah, matches and candles are definitely important. You know, and it's always the little things that you don't think about. What's something that you think somebody should have when the power go out?
Other than lights, water, well, you got to have some food, but you know, we have one thing about being a homesteader, we have to save food, you know, store it, because when we grow it, we got to have a way to preserve it for a later date. So us having a freeze dryer is amazing. We have tons of food that's already freeze dry. All we need to do is take some of the water out the tub, put it in there and rehydrate it, and it will taste just as good as the day we actually preserved it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. I just thought of
when
something.
you got your phone, if you got a power boxes as we do, you would need because you want to hear if anything is going on.
Yeah,
all
I
the
would
emergency
say
stuff.
Our medicine, like making sure we have cayenne pepper and all of our stuff is in our apothecary cabinet anyway. But having that stuff readily available, you can get to it. That's important, and not having it scrolled all over the place. So make sure you have a designated spot for your medicine. Some people, they take medicine. You need that. You need to know where it's at. We get around our house really good in the dark, and I suggest everybody know how to get around your house in the pitch dark black. Close your eyes, know your layout of your house. Some people can't get around their house in the dark. I think that's crazy. I will turn everything off in the house.
So Gianna said a camping stove with propane. That is a great idea. Yeah. She said that they had to do that after Hurricane Fran. No power for 9 days.
Ooh, that's a
9 days is a long time.
The longest I went without power after a hurricane was 11 days, and it drove me crazy. And Tave was a little boy at the time. I think he was maybe 3 or 4, maybe. I think it was Isabel. But man, we were 11 days with no power, and that kid, like having kids with no power that long, it sucked. But he was so good about it. We would get up in the day. He would eat, cereal. He didn't care if it was dry or whatever. Long as he had something, it was breakfast to him. We went outside. We sat around for a little while. He wanted to do his lessons, whether he was coloring or something, reading a book. And then as soon as it got dark, he was like, "Mom, it's time to go to bed." I was like, "Yes, Lord." He ain't worried about no candles, no nothing. So having your family prepared, y'all having an evacuation plan or emergency plan so that everybody know now is a good time to sit down and talk to your kids, talk to your husband or wife, so that everybody will be on the same page and something happen and everybody don't go running all these different ways. You need everybody to be on the same page and stay together. So I think just going over a plan right now is safe and good.
Lisa said a good sense of humor.
You definitely need that because, geez, Louise.
So Adventures with Me and T, they said they lost everything in 2004 hurricane.
Yeah.
And lived for a month at a friend's house with no power. Generator, a good cooler, and gas grills helped us get through.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I mean, guys, when I was young, all this stuff wasn't necessary. All these phones and computers, because it wasn't there.
Yeah,
it didn't exist. So we feel like we got to have these things, but back then, I mean, all we needed was a radio, right?
We lived great without them. Like, come on now. I remember when phones first came out, and it was like a suitcase with the spiral cord, the phone, you had to hang it up inside the bag.
Or the brick, the big long one with the little rubber antenna at the top.
Like the way we tote our phones now. There ain't nobody tote no phone back then like that. But now it's like we gotta have it. So we gotta get back in the mode of I can survive without this thing. That's why I always talk about writing things down, especially when it comes to herbs and information that you need. Because if that thing get wet, let me tell you, I drop mine one good time, it's over. I can't see nothing. So you don't want to be so dependent on these phones because they'll have you up the creek.
So Adventures with Me and T said a fan. Ooh. It's a lifesaver in Florida. I'm sure it is.
We got one blowing right now.
We probably not gonna have fans, and it's gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
But we'll survive.
Like today, it's in the 80s. It's like 80 degrees outside, which is a huge difference.
Yeah, it's power would be out for days.
Yeah,
and sun.
And it's supposed to be in the 80s for the next few days, which is a blessing because it could very easily be triple digits, and we going through this storm and lose power. I would much rather do it in 80 degrees because we can go sit outside and be comfortable. But man, some of the things you had to go through with these storms.
And people ask us all the time, do we can? Well, this is what we thought about when we thought about canning.
Yeah,
if we go out, you got to keep your canned foods at a certain temperature or they possibly can go bad. And we know during our summers.
Ooh, it could be hot.
Yeah, and if the power go
Hey,
out,
Valrita.
our food is no good. So we had to spend a lot of time canning and
money.
preparing. Yeah, and all our food would possibly be bad, and you don't want to get sick.
Exactly, because I was going to say, you don't go tell you sick.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that food still smell good and look good, and you be like, oh, there's still some good. And then you sitting back like, oh.
So eventually, with me and T down there in Florida, like she's all on it because I mean she had to go through this a lot,
Yes.
I'm sure. But she was saying your medication, which and if you got somebody that's dependent
on meds,
you want to make sure they have a surplus of it. So you know that's definitely important. Good one there.
Always, I remember, I never use a dishwasher, and when my mom would come here to visit, or even when my aunt came here, they would always say, well, you don't keep grocery bags? Like the bags from the grocery store? I'm like, yeah, they in the dishwasher. And they were like, why are they in the dishwasher?
Yeah, I remember when I met you.
That thing was running over with bags. I'm like,
full of plastic bags.
I'm like, I got plenty of grocery bags. But, you know, it was a way, I didn't use the dishwasher. It was a way to keep things out of the way. But anytime we were under evacuation or a storm was coming and we had possibility of flooding, I would put important stuff there. Medicine, food, paperwork, keys, whatever I needed, I would put it in my dishwasher that was attached to the cabinet. So it might flood down there, but whatever in that dishwasher was safe. So I was like, I don't use it, but I use it as a grocery bag storage. And yeah, if something was to happen, I know I got my medicine, my food, and different things I need. Some clean water. I got gallons of clean water in there, but that's what my dishwasher was for. It was my storage container.
So magical moments and Masterpiece gas in your car.
Yes.
Yeah, so we did fuel up yesterday.
Yes. And we caught gas at a great price.
Yeah.
So we turned around. Bobby was like, gas, $2.99 a gallon. And then across the street it was like $3.79 a gallon. So we were happy to get that. We had gas, but we wanted to make sure we had a full tank of gas. That is definitely important.
So Isaiah, I'll asking how is our weather here. It's cloudy. It's been drizzling all day. Nothing serious. So
don't watch the Weather Channel.
It can change up in a heartbeat though. So
don't watch the Weather Channel because they're
it?
gonna be like, it's raining, it's flooding in Savannah, Georgia, and they stand in that tunnel, and you like, oh my God, let me check on Blacktropicalhomestead.
Yeah, then I would have found the tunnel that got the wind,
the most
blowing.
wind.
Yeah, and they're standing in there filming like, oh my God.
So I remember when
these gusts.
We had to evacuate Savannah when I had my appendectomy. That emergency appendix removed after my surgery, and you had to work in Brunswick, and I was like, everybody was trying to figure out, well, where are you going? I had just had surgery. We had to be out of Savannah that morning. Bobby had to be to work, and I said, I'm going to Brunswick with Bobby.
Hey, Karen.
And my family was texting like, oh my God, are y'all all right? We watching the Weather Channel, and it looked bad, and I'm like, well, let me get up and look outside. I get up and look outside, and the sun was out. I was like, well, I don't think it's bad here, but I don't know. So you got to be careful when you're watching the news because they'll have you freaking out.
So
we are in Springfield, high propane for gas, feed for the goats, gas generators. Good, good.
So we have a shelter over our rabbits. I'm concerned about that, and we always concerned about that. Sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't.
See,
what's that?
Fanita said, I don't use mine either. Mine contain my pot lids and miscellaneous stuff. The dishwasher.
Yeah.
Use it. It's storage.
Turn down here.
So you did you strap the rabbit hutch down better?
I need to do it. I need to go out there and check it because I went out there this morning and because everything seemed to be okay.
Yeah.
I went in and fed them and dealt with them and forgot all about securing them.
Look at Lisa.
Can
barely hear you over the thunder and rain here.
Ooh.
So that's those outer bands. Lisa Foley in Florida.
Okay. Man, we ain't getting none of that yet.
Yeah. Hey, Victoria. So that's the thing. Those outer bands can be crazy, and they saying we will start getting good rain. It has been raining off and on, but it really won't start raining until the night through Thursday for us.
So Gianna says the ice storm so that was in January in Kentucky. Power was out for 2 weeks.
Ooh.
So they had an ice storm down here in Florida when we was down there, right? At what's her name house when we went and got the mangoes the night before.
Oh yeah, they had it held.
It held.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And man, that's crazy. How does it be in the summer? How you get hail
in the summer? Tractor Supply has heavy duty canvas tarps you can put down on the rabbits. So they have I call it the rabbit hutch, or they have a whole tent over them. So they are always protected. One thing about rabbits, they don't like to be wet.
What's up, Aunt?
And they definitely don't like wet feet. So they've always had a shelter over them. The sides are open because they need that good airflow, but we make sure that sometimes the wind can blow and it'll blow that. It used to blow when we first got it. Remember that tent would always blow over in the woods, and we would be out there in the middle of a storm trying to get that tent out the woods. But now Bobby has learned to anchor it down to the trees, so it'll blow, but it ain't gonna go nowhere.
It depends on how hard it blows.
Yeah,
you know,
and they
everything has
40,
its limits.
Yeah, they talking 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. So our biggest concern here in Savannah is the rain, the flooding, the storm surge. They talking 20 to 30 feet, 25 to 30 feet of rain. That's ridiculous.
So Peaceful Dead says they got a friend that lived near us, and she decided to evacuate because she can't handle the storm. And you know, if you can't handle it, evacuate. Know where to go. That storm could be going exactly where you going.
Exactly.
And you might have been safe staying, but you know,
do what you feel.
Yeah, it's a calculated risk you got to take.
I did check on our friends down on Tabby today and that's the thing. Like, I wish I'd have thought about it yesterday, because we could have at least went and helped them fill sandbags and make sure her house is locked down, because she is right on the ocean. And the good thing is she got plenty of us to get off of the island to be safe. But I wanted to make sure she had enough out there to be able to protect her home also. Because it hurt to come home and your house is a pool. Or part of the ocean. It does hurt to see that. So you do want to make sure you can do all you can to try to help your friends and protect them. So she said she was good. And thank you, Lindsay. Thank you for the stars.
We appreciate you, Lindsay.
We appreciate you. She said she was good, and she was worried about further down in Tabby, other people in Tabby, houses flooding out, and you know how Tabby do. And with that much rain, I was definitely concerned about our other friend whose house was almost taken during a storm. Who they just moved back in their house. And she said they were working on.
She lived right on the creek.
Right on the creek.
So that water raised up high enough, but she got her house lifted now.
She got her house lifted,
so
but she still.
Yeah.
It's little things, and I know it's annoying knowing that. You know, it can flood again. But I checked on them all this morning and asked them, "Do you need us?" We did tell Louisa to stay home.
Got some place to be.
She was like, she said, "Trust me, I ain't got no car." She said, "So I'm home."
She gonna stay
my
home?
rescue squad. She said my rescue squad can stay home because I have no car and I won't go anywhere. But she is due to fly out in the morning, so we'll see what the morning look like.
Somebody mentioned money, and money, having some cash on hand.
Yeah.
Is important, especially if the power is out where you stay, but yet the storm is gone.
Yeah.
And people have started coming back to work. Money will be vital because maybe all the computer systems might not be, working.
Yeah, you go pay cash.
On the other side of town, it might be working fine.
Yeah, that's how it was one time here. Well, at same time, I decided let's bring everything upstairs when I lived in the townhouse, because if it flood downstairs, at least I have a cooler full of food, or perishable foods upstairs, water, ice. I had my Choco. I had a axe up there because I thought about the people in Louisiana and how they had to try to break through the roof so they could get out to get air and be able to be saved. And I'm like, if we got to go through this roof, we need something. So we had hammers.
We're going to get through that without any tools.
Everything.
My body going to be the tools.
Yeah, but I was single at the time, so making sure I had things to be able to get through there. I was trying to think of everything. And then when the storm passed, it was beautiful in Savannah. Most people had evacuated. The only thing was open was the Waffle House and the Chinese restaurants. The Waffle House only sold a certain amount of food, so the lines were long. You had to be there early, and they might have 100 burgers and X amount of dozens of eggs. That was all they were gonna sell. This is all we got for the day, because they were getting food from other restaurants. Couldn't clean them out, but they could provide a certain amount of food. So we went to the Chinese restaurant, and they didn't have power.
So Peaceful Dad said down there in Tallahassee, they ain't getting nothing yet, but it's supposed to start later on this evening.
The Chinese restaurant was open, and they didn't have power, and we were like, how y'all keeping this food cold? And they was like, they got gas. But that's for the stove. The lights were out, everything was out in there. But they were in there cooking up some food. I was like, I can't eat this food. I can't eat this because...
Yeah, you don't want to get sick
when
there's nobody working at the hospital.
Keep those things. You never know. Yeah, handy. Yeah, it's just the little things. And sometimes I always say, sometimes when you have these conversations, it make people think, oh man, let me make sure I got this. Like Carolinas, they got time to prepare a little bit time. If we had to run out to the store, now is the time to run out to the store and get back home. So if we didn't have charcoal, if we didn't have lighters, or if we didn't have what, we need to go get. But
so Peaceful Dads want to know whether we're going to Petals this year.
We are going to Petals this year. We will be vendors this year at Petals. So we are looking forward to that in September in Alabama. So we got to stay safe now so we can make it to Petals.
Jana said 1 year Florida evacuated, got hit with flooding off of I-95 in North Carolina and South Carolina. Yeah, so that's when you evacuate. You got to make sure that you're still not going to where the storm is going.
Yeah.
So, and you want to do it in ample amount of time that you're not sitting on the road when the storm come through.
Yeah, is that when, I remember when, what is it called?
Hey, Tamil.
What is it called? South of the border was underwater. Is that when South of the border was underwater?
Jessica says she loved your outfit.
Thank you. Even in the on 95, if you thought you were gonna come through South of the border down 95, it was flooded. Like water was to the top, the roof of the cars, and I'm like, how did this happen?
So Augusta Simon want to know if we have a basement.
No.
We are below sea level, so we can't have basements here.
They normally don't have them. Yeah. You might find very, very few houses, but they don't normally build houses here with a basement.
I don't think you find none here.
Well, somebody in Ardsley Park had one, but I don't know when that house was built or who built that with the purpose of a basement. Because, like you said, it's below sea level. And Ardsley Park always flood like crazy. But it's a house over there with a big old basement. I have candle making kits. Perfect project. Yes. Yeah.
What about the garden? What about it?
It's gonna get plenty of water. Them beans, they gonna be some 10-foot snakes.
You seen them this morning?
No.
Jesus. They hit the ground and they wrapped around on the ground. Them things like, I don't know, 12 feet tall.
Oh my God. And yesterday we gave my neighbor some. Oh, thank you, Mary.
Me and T said you can't kill the Waffle House.
Let me tell you, hey, that greasy food come in handy. When you gotta eat, you gotta eat.
Yeah. So no gas, want cash, but nowhere to go.
Yeah. That price gouging, you gotta be careful that when you are evacuating, some of these places will gouge. Report them, because that's just not fair. Even though God always take care of things like that, but still report them because it's not fair. Bad enough we are being displaced for a certain amount of time, and a lot of
Somebody taking
people,
advantage.
yeah, a lot of people using all the resources they have, and then somebody taking advantage of them for a couple dollars. Report them.
So that's something we didn't get. Is a cooler full of ice. We should have went and got a couple bags just to throw in the cooler.
Yeah.
I mean,
a basement in South Carolina and Georgia costs $20,000. We always had basements
a
growing
basement
up
in where?
in South Carolina and Georgia.
Uh,
I know out in the Atlanta area they do have
Oh, yeah,
basements,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you know they got a higher.
Man, that thing got to be wrapped in so much to be waterproof. I mean, I'm sure I can go 6 to 8 feet down and I'll strike water.
Yep, right here on our property.
Mhm.
I think that's what's wrong with the plum tree. It's like it's too much water over here.
Yeah, in my front yard, I could go 2 feet down and hit water.
Yeah. I don't remember when I was a little girl. Okay, I grew up in Virginia. I don't remember ever being in a hurricane. I remember us having a tornado.
So,
I remember a tornado when I was younger, but
thank
no.
you.
What's that?
Thank you for having a lie.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't remember any hurricanes until I was old enough. I was a grown woman pretty much. Our biggest thing was snow and ice.
Yeah, they ain't never had that issue.
Yeah, I
Now,
know.
if there's a little bit of ice, everybody gonna crash.
Gonna shut the city down. When I first moved here, not when I first moved here, when I first met him, it snowed like crazy. Because I remember telling Miss West one day, I was like, it's snowing. And she was like, where are we? I said, we are in Savannah, but it's snowing like crazy. Somebody decided to go snow sledding down the steps.
Hey, I didn't decide to do it. It just happened.
So you want to tell that story?
I was still in law enforcement at the time, man. I lived on the second floor, and the outside stairs, I was just walking down.
But there, y'all stairs, you had a set of stairs,
Yeah.
and then you had to turn and go down another set of stairs.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, I mean, my feet came from under me, and, you know, guys, I was, what, 280 at that time? 280 pounds, and I had all my gear on.
Were you 280? Close to 200, 300. Yeah.
And I don't know, it was the craziest thing because, and the good thing about me falling is that it was so slick. I never like hit a boom. It just boom.
Yeah.
And so like, so, one of my neighbors heard it.
He got his gun belt on, all his everything, all that weight, along with the other 280, 300 pounds.
And the good thing is, like I said, it wasn't a sudden stop because as soon as I hit the ground, I was going down. I was flying down the stairs, and then I got down there and slid down the rest of them. So it was like, it was almost like a slime board. But it's crazy how when my feet came from under me, I had to drop all the way to the ground and then just slid all the way down. But it went blue, 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 blue every time, every step. So I didn't miss a step.
He said he heard the steps.
Yeah. My neighbor asked me one day, she talking about, did you fall down the stairs? Because, man, it vibrated the whole building. I said, yeah. So I did.
The whole building.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Carolinas, so they saying the storm that they thinking it's gonna strengthen. It's not due to hit St. Pete area until tonight sometime, and then it'll travel across Florida and supposed to come out somewhere around Savannah. I'm sure it'll be very weak, but the sad part about it is it'll slow down so much it might dump a whole lot of water on us. So it's supposed to rain actually here from tonight until Wednesday. It's supposed to rain. That's a lot of rain.
And the thing is, when the storms come through the Gulf, we get it worse.
Yeah.
Because that's the heavier wind surge side. When it comes right next to us,
yeah, Fanita.
right up the coast in the Atlantic, is it's we get the weak side of the storm, so we really don't have much of a effect, and we in the dip.
Yeah.
So we in a cut like this. So when it comes up the coast, it usually just hit that and go straight across.
We get a little
Savannah's
rain.
Here.
Yeah, we get a little rain, tiny bit of wind. That's it. But Virginia and North Carolina usually get it worse than us because it'll get up there and it'll slow down. New York, it'll dump on them northern states. But us, we usually just like, oh, we did all that for this.
And we have our trees, conditioned for the weathers because we tend to get bursts of wind throughout. So we have stronger trees. When they go up to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia area, they trees are not accustomed to all that wind. So as soon as they get a good gust, it's blowing their trees down. Their streets are not accustomed to having big surges of water like that, so they get hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Yesterday we ran out to get a few. Well, I don't know what we went out for. We just went out just to get out, I guess, because we walked around the store. We walked around Sam's Club twice. We saw some friends and they were like, "We need to trade baskets with y'all." We were like, we walking around trying to see what do we need. Like, it ain't really nothing we need. I knew I needed strawberries because I wanted to make a cake. Other than that, like, what do we need? So, I mean, it is important to know things that you might be lacking in or you may need. Like, we bought a loaf of bread because we were like, just in case, we need bread. We need sandwiches or we need to eat something. Let's just grab a loaf of bread and we know we covered. We good.
So we tend to make our own bread, but the bread out the store, it lasts longer. It do. If the power go out, we can still have bread for a while without having to
worry about.
Bread that is no longer good.
Yeah, other than cooking outside, but that's a whole setup. That's a whole thing. So it was just like, well, let's just make sure we got some just in case, and that's what we mainly bought: bread and strawberries. Much of nothing. We just walked around the store. It was like, oh, I needed some buttermilk.
Something will come to us.
Yeah, we're like, nope, let's go head home. So, other than that, we are pretty much prepared. I'm gonna lock the chickens down, not until tomorrow. No, I said I was gonna lock them down tonight because I think we'll get a big rain ban tonight. So the bad thing about our chickens, some chickens won't play in water. They don't want to come out when it's raining. Our girls won't go in when it's raining. They be like, they just run around playing in the mud.
We just put a tray of food or something in there with them.
Some water, yeah.
So we close their pen out so they don't come out and just
slide through the water.
That's the only thing, the water.
Yeah. So well, I got that. We just had to go out there and constantly check them. They got the blue one that we have for when we had the
we gotta go
deep birds ahead. Yeah. So we gonna lock the chickens down tonight. The rabbit and quail are good. Yours play in the rain too. Yeah, they be outside. They be looking like little sick puppies. They be standing there looking like, oh my God, I'm soaking wet. Why you out here? Go in the house. The little ones now, the little bantams, they won't come out. They'll stand on the ramp or in the door and watch them. But them big girls, they be like,
get out of that water.
They like, yeah, Rudy ain't gonna get wet. I think he too cute to get wet. He want to stay inside. So we gonna close that door tonight. We normally don't close that door. That way, if we get any torrential downpours, they won't come out in the morning because they won't come out until morning. They go in at night. They won't come out until the morning. But we don't want them to come out if it's flooding out there. In our backyard can flood.
It could. I mean, our whole yard almost.
Yeah. Our neighbors, ooh, it looks scary over there. Yeah. I'd be staring out the back window all day.
I think I'm caught up on here. But yeah, I mean, it is one of those things that don't get scary until it do get scary.
Yeah. But then it's too late.
Yeah, it's just be overly prepared. So one thing that we did do, we have bottles that filters out our water, and we can pretty much go and get water out of the ditch,
Yep.
and it's drinkable as we suck it through the bottle. So that is very important. So that, along with filling your tubs with water, um, ice can help, but it's not a life and death thing. Having some kind of way to get some light may be important, or just go to sleep when it get dark. During the storm, it's gonna be dark. Just sit still and hunker down in a good spot, and hopefully nothing happens. But afterwards, if for some reason you don't have power, all those things will come into play. You want to be able to, once the storm clear up, go outside and set a fire in your grill, fire pit, or just on the ground, and cook some of the food that you have in your freezer, because it's not going to last very long. So you want to go ahead and get that cooked up as quick as possible. Eat what you can. You have nowhere to store it, so make sure you can warm it up. Throw out there and sitting there waiting for his mama to come out, and now you're out there and you want to play. But we want to make sure everybody takes those precautions, because who knows? We all sitting here today talking to each other and having fun, laughing, and tomorrow could be a whole different situation. Some of us may not be here. So, we're praying that everybody is safe. Everybody took all the precautions necessary, that you can actually manage afterwards, because it's a rough thing when people are trying to survive, trying to make it after a situation like that. So just make sure everybody's good. Be good to each other. If you can help. The thing is, don't worry about whether or not you wasting all your food, because it's probably gonna go bad. Cook it up. If you got neighbors who don't have any, feed them.
God gonna take care of y'all.
Yeah, why not? And this is one of the things that we use because of emergencies. This is a water bottle that actually will filter out 99%. What it was,
99% of the bacteria.
Yep. So we can go in our ditch and scoop up some water, and this filtration system will filter it out as we suck it. As we suck it through this screw, which is very, very important. Water is the most important thing. You want to make sure you get that, but at the same time, you want to be safe when you're consuming your water, because you don't want to get sick.
That's a whole new ball game. To be going through something like this, or going through something and then get sick because you consume the wrong thing. So having that extra protection with the filter, having that knowledge, there are other things you can do, but you definitely want to make sure you prepared and have things for your family. Like Bobby and I both have one of these bottles. One bottle would do for us, because we're going to make sure we both get water, but I made sure we had one. We got a couple of them, but I wanted to make sure we had one for each other.
So, Tamili said, I'll be eating that squash pie. You know how happy I am that she didn't cook all those squash yet? Because we were going to cook them all up and make squash pies, and we was going to put them in the freezer and freeze them up so they'll be there for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But man, those things would have went bad.
They'll be okay. These things,
they good.
They good. Yeah. Leaving it the way it is, but we did want to put some squash pie in the freezer just so I could just take them out and unthaw. Let me tell y'all, making some of these cakes and pies, because we make everything from scratch, it take time. So you want to make sure you have it just in case you need it. Like I got cookies and stuff in the freezer. I just need to throw them in the oven, but we don't always want cookies. So today I was like,
so Effie said great words.
Let me make a cake.
Neighbors help neighbors. Yeah, I mean, we should be helping each other as much as we possibly can. You know, I ain't saying you starve so they can eat, but make sure if you can eat,
they can eat.
They can eat.
Yeah. We ain't fluffy over here for not eating. Like yesterday, me and my neighbor was talking about the snake bean. She was like, "Man, where y'all get that from? What is that?" I said, "It's a bean." I told her, I said, "I'm gonna bring you one." I said, "We'll have to give you a bean." And Bobby said, "Man, there's beans everywhere over there." He said, "I went over there to cut, and beans done crawl across the fence. They everywhere." He said, "I can cut some of them beans off, but there was one left over there. It's a nice size." And he said, "We should take that one too." When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, you gotta film this." So Bobby gotta drop that video of when we took the neighbor the bean yesterday.
Yeah, he freaked out for a quick second.
He got it together quick.
Yeah.
But he couldn't wait to go in the house and scare him, but G was out his wife.
While she was in the shower.
She was texting me. She was like, "I'm in the shower. I ain't got my glasses on." And he coming here with that snake. And I'm like, what in the world? It was small, but that sucker was curled up. It looked just like a little snake.
What's up, Prolific?
She was like, "This man coming here with this snake while I'm in the shower with no glasses on." I was like, "Yes, Lord." He couldn't wait. He said, "I'm about to go in here right." He was outside waxing the truck. He said, "I'm about to go in here right now and get her." He put everything out. We were like, "Let's go."
So if you want to know if we had any bumper crops.
Lemon guava. I want to say, I don't know what you call that. We got thousands of lemon guava, probably a couple hundred lemon guava on that one tree. One ripened yesterday.
More than that.
I couldn't wait to eat that stuff. It was so good.
Everything that we planted this year did great. You know, and
everything.
We actually did something new this year that we haven't done as much in years past. We started getting our plants started real early.
Yeah, like in December.
Yeah, and we was prepared to keep on uppotting them.
Yeah, like
until it was time to go outside.
Did you peek back there?
No, they didn't even look. Jesus,
I know.
They were little tiny things. They about to grow peppers on it.
I keep picking the flowers off. Like it's pepper plants. Let me see if I can move this thing to the side a little bit. It's pepper plants behind us.
And I don't know how many people ever thought about.
Can see them.
Whoever thought about it, but these indoor grow systems is an amazing way to get your seeds started. Now it takes a little bit of time for the root system to get
established.
From coming out of there.
Yeah,
because they sitting in nothing but food,
nothing but water, and so you can't take them directly from there and put them in the dirt and think they're gonna live. They're gonna go through a major transplant shot. So what I do is I take them out of there, I put them in a pot in some soil, and then I put a lot of water. I put it in something with a lot of water, and I let it stay that way for about a week. That way it can get acclimated to that soil, and we can start backing it up from some of the water. Then it'll survive and do good, but you can't bring it straight from this to outside.
So we got that Mexican cream guava. It's actually doing pretty good too.
It's flowering, right? It got
fruit on it. Yep. You know what? I did a tour, and I think I called that one the pink guava, but it's actually the Mexican cream guava.
What, the one out there?
Yeah, the one that got all the fruit on it.
The little one. So, I would love to learn about gardening. I got some seeds. I'm gonna talk about it some more because I'm gonna pull this stuff out of this. Next week I'll pull this stuff out of the hydroponic and show you how we do that. But we'll drop fall seeds eventually. I can't say soon because our fall might not hit ever. It'll just go straight.
Oh, that's Shawnee. Shawnee said that her Mexican green guava is now taller than she is. So you got
What you got, a 5-foot plant?
No, that's that plant we got from.
I know,
right?
but I mean, how tall is Shawnee?
Shawnee probably about 5'6". 6.
No, she not that tall.
She
no, she ain't taller than me.
Oh, okay.
I'm 5'5". I ain't saying your plant ain't tall, but I'm just saying you ain't that tall. But okay, it grew. You did good. You did good.
So, do you have any fruit on your plant, Shawnee? So, because we got some decent sized fruit.
Lemon guava sounds good. Let me tell you, AJ. Oh, that lemon guava. It was one ripe one yesterday, and I was like, I usually pick stuff off the plant and eat it, but the lemon guava is so full, all of the limbs are laying on the ground. Wow. And Thor liked to water everything. So when I picked it, I said, let me go wash this extra fertilizer off this first, cause he was standing there looking at Thor, was like looking at me like,
what are you gonna do with that?
Mama, you know what? I watered that, right? So I said, let me go wash this first before I eat it. So I went and washed it all, and then I came back and ate it, and I was like, man, I almost ate the whole thing. But I did give Bobby some, just in case.
So guys, to y'all who are new to garden, I ain't talking about the people who've been doing it for a while, because y'all are familiar that there are so many different varieties.
Of everything.
A lot of people say, I never heard of that. I never saw that. And yeah, we didn't either until we started dealing with them. But there are so many vegetables out there that taste amazing. And if you don't know, the reason why you haven't never tasted them is because they do not last long on the shelf. And they create GMO products so they'll look pretty.
Look at Karen break.
And they'll look pretty, and they'll stay on the shelf a long time looking pretty.
Yeah.
They do not have superior taste. They don't have superior taste like at all. They do look pretty. They don't taste. Oh, man.
That's what the neighbor said. She got tomato and watermelon. She said she bought some when they went south. She said it tastes like water. So she was like, anytime you got something for sale, I'm here for it.
Yeah, the nutritional value of those fruits and vegetables in the store are no way close. So if you want to taste good vegetables, you're going to have to grow them.
Yeah.
And, or find somebody who do grow their own non-GMO foods, which are the original plants. Yeah. These are not plants that they went over there and genetically modified. This is how they came. This is the way God left them here on this earth. If you want to taste good, you got to taste them. Don't think that there's one kind of nothing, because there's not. Yeah. Squash. Nobody, I never heard of anything but the yellow cricket squash. That's the only thing.
I heard of, I had been hearing of different ones, but I've never tried anything except that. As a kid growing up, they fried it with onion and butter, and they had some water in it, because a bunch of water, and I was sick of that. So I felt like I don't like squash, because squash is squash. It's like a tomato is a tomato, and they gonna all taste the same. Well, we now learned that no, they don't all taste the same. Because you just broke open Romanesco. Not a Romanesco. You broke open a Trombosino the other day to give to the chickens. That had hardened off.
Yeah, so Trombosino, y'all saw us cook that. It was green.
Yeah.
And it was good. Yeah, we roasted it, and it was good. We let the rest of them stay on the trellis.
Turn orange.
And turning orange allowed them to be stored for up to a year. Yeah. No refrigeration or nothing without going bad. And it changes the taste. So I cut one open that, had broken. So I went to get to the chickens, and the smell was totally different. I actually tasted the piece, and I was like, wow, can't wait to try that at that stage. These, I know y'all can't see them, but the big pumpkin looking ones, man, those things are so amazing, guys. When I tell you they taste good, it's a shame. But how would you sell this? How would you sell this? You can't sell this in the store.
I'm gonna sell this $2 a pound. You'd be like, no, thank you.
But we don't need sweet potatoes no more, because that is superior tasting to a sweet potato pie.
And I don't like sweet potatoes.
I love sweet potato pie.
But I can eat this.
So it is a superior taste, and we haven't even tried to do everything that we can with it. We want to try it in different ways. So this is definitely one of the plants that we're going to try to grow on a yearly basis. And that's what we do. We try new seeds just for experimental, sake, because we never tried them before.
Yeah, how we know if we like it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and I peeled it and gave the peels to the chickens. And then when I went back out there a few hours later, I was like, did I bring them the scraps? Because they ate everything.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't see no seeds. I ain't see nothing. They ate everything.
Yes.
But, yeah. Do you suggest to cover your fruit with... Oh, what do you suggest? Cover your fruit with from worm how you say that? Infestation.
Inside the fruit. This depends. I did do that with my that we just harvested yesterday. Pomegranate. I keep forgetting the name of that. And what it did is it rotted out all of the pomegranates. So I know now I cannot. I put them in bags, which are, they got a bunch of holes in them, but for some reason they're not getting enough air and they are rotting. So I took one of them out before it got bad, and I was able to harvest that yesterday. But I know in the future,
don't cover it up.
Don't do that. Yeah. So,
but like the pear have bags on them, mm-hmm. and they doing great. So certain things mm-hmm. do better than others covered. Yeah, and with my peach tree, I put a big bag over the whole tree. Oh yeah.
I bought a big fruit bag.
That was an 8-foot bag or something.
Yeah, and I covered my peach tree. I didn't lose one to the squirrels, so that worked for that.
Hey, Nina.
So all that stuff is going to be different depending on the fruit and where you at. Now here, our bugs are
trifling.
They are. They will take all your stuff. But we went up north and to North Carolina, and their bugs are not nearly as bad as ours. Yeah. So it just depends, and,
Nina
So
said,
and that's one of the reasons why we did what we did when we grew our plants early, get them started early, is because the pests go through their growth cycle, and during the summer is when they're at their peak. Mm-hmm. So we'd have pretty much harvest most of our stuff before the bugs get to their peak. We got a grocery bag full of tomatoes, and most people haven't gotten up but a few because
right here in the area.
Yeah, right across the street. They planted theirs later. It was hot. The bugs were
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. That tomato Nina mm-hmm. Nina got Daisy from us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember.
She a grandmama now. She got 11 puppies. Is it 11? Did you have 11, 10 puppies? She had 13 or something. She lost a few. Woo! I know that house right now. Them puppies smoking through that sucker like, yeah. She said, have you ever used diatomaceous earth? We used it a little bit. We put diatomaceous earth mainly in our chicken coop. But we have sprinkled it around our brassicas in the fall. Yeah.
The only thing about that is
it wash away.
Yeah. You water your plants unless you got an underground sprinkler, it's gonna wash away. Every time it rains, it washes away. It don't take our plants nothing but a second. You can see the butterflies flying around dropping eggs on everything. And when them things turn to worms, it take one day.
Where did we get our peach trees? Thank you, Bridget.
We got one out of Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. S&J Garden. 11 puppies. Them little suckers will work you and when they get to this age, all gone but 2 keepers. Uh-oh.
Oh, Shawnee says she 5'4".
Oh.
And I'm playing 6 foot tall. That's a big.
Yes,
that's a big
that thing was good. Yeah. She gonna keep 2 of her puppies. Oh my goodness, all of them gone. That's pretty cool. I gotta try 10 pans next year. What's that? Let me see. I saw something about a 10 pan. Python snake bean. That is definitely one I would encourage anybody to grow. It do need. I would get a jump on it. Like if you can start it indoors, and put it outside as soon as you can. So, because it take a long time to set. But once they start setting, my goodness.
Yeah,
they go crazy.
Like crazy. And if you like beans, and I want to say it tastes like a string bean, but the taste is more intense. It tastes better. So, how many bean plants you have to grow just to get the amount of beans that's in that one snake bean? And you're gonna get a whole bunch of them. A lot of people never saw them or heard of them, and they think that we're doing something special. Well, we do what we need to do to get them to grow, but they grow that size. People think because they're real big that they're not tender. No, they're absolutely tender. They stay tender all the way through. They don't get hard. It's not a hard gourd where you can get hollow and all that. But
I can't get it in the frame. That's a bean, y'all.
Yeah, and this thing is tender the whole way. Like I could bite right.
Don't you bite my bean?
I'll smell it right now. But if you cut through it, I mean you'll smell it. It's a strong bean. Taste odor.
So Sandy used to always say, "Don't stick beans up your nose." She would always tell people, "Don't stick beans up your nose." So this morning when I was talking to my friends, we were all chatting. And one of them kept saying, "Don't stick beans up your nose." And they were like, "I don't think Sherry and Bobby can put their bean up their nose. Like, they grow big beans over there." Yeah, this ain't going up nobody's nose.
So this is the bottle that we use now. If, we do take them with us when we go out of town.
Yes.
Because we don't know the watering system wherever we're going. So this ETA.
Yeah.
They did send us this a while back.
Yeah, we've been had them about a year and a half now.
So we feel so comfortable with going wherever we need to go and being able to drink whatever. And if we go through a storm, feel real comfortable that water is not going to be our issue.
Lord have mercy, that is a bean. Hey, Goliath.
Yeah.
That's a huge bean. Talk about Jack and the Beanstalk. Jeez, Louise. The birds and squirrels got my apples, peaches, and pears this year. Telling you, that bag Bobby bought was a lifesaver because we went on vacation in May, and Bobby had a bowl full of peaches in the car with him.
Yep, I took them all. I was like, I ain't finna leave none.
They was so good.
So good.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, Karen. Bobby is in charge of Facebook comments. I can't see nothing over there. But I saw Karen say it was sunny and blue skies for her. I said, Karen, over there bragging. I don't think we'll see the sun till the end of the week.
That bitch is at B&T talking about great googly moogly.
Hey, lying. Boy, that's a bean.
We know you're in our age group.
I cooked the whole bean. I cooked one of these. You eat the entire bean. Yep, I told Bobby, everything. I said, this would be great for Halloween if you could grill or saute the whole thing whole like this and just wrap it around the table like a snake, and it's edible.
But see, if you grow them closer to the ground, they don't hit the ground and they'll start curling up like a snake.
And like a snake, like the one we took the neighbor yesterday, it looked like a snake. It was curled up good.
But see the one that's in the garden now.
I'm gonna have to go over there and peek. Jesus, it's so funny these
they grow daily. It's crazy. I mean,
when we left, it was a little bitty.
Yeah,
bitty bean.
Yeah, it wasn't that big at all.
We came back, the things were on the ground.
Yep.
I said, "Oh my God, let's get these." But you eat the entire thing. The seeds inside are soft right now. We are gonna try to let at least one go to seed.
Yep.
It'll start turning red, and that's where you get your tomato paste. On the inside, but these things, they say these things are
appreciate your peaceful days.
Good for headaches and pain and inflammation. So, and it's a legume, it's a bean. They can reverse diabetes if you eat enough of them and cut out the rest of the crap. The benefits are amazing, and they are delicious.
And we have grown at least 4 different varieties, 4 new varieties this year, and all of them were winners.
Great. Even a tomato.
Yeah.
You love the Dr. White. I think I dropped one. No, I didn't. I ain't dropped no Dr. White, but I think we got Dr. White out in the yard.
Yeah, if you like me and don't like a strong tomatoey taste,
Yep.
some of these other tomatoes are excellent.
Yeah, because I put a Dr. White on your hamburger,
Mm.
and when I look, he ate everything. My neighbor, she said that was the best tomatoes she ever had. She stayed begging for tomatoes. I'm like, we gotta grow some more. So our seeds, all of our seeds come from Baker Creek. Majority of all of our seeds come from Baker Creek. Unless somebody gift us seeds, they always come from Baker Creek.
Oh, guys, so now that I'm thinking about it, we do have a date for SoilFamily Expo.
We do. We will announce that soon.
Okay.
We are working on SoilFamily Expo. Let's see. Oh, it's stuck. See, look at that. It's stuck. What Karen said. She might have been saying that they got sunshine, and we are working on SoilFamily Expo. So SoilFamily Expo is how we contribute to fighting food insecurity. It's just a weekend that we invite you all to Savannah, Georgia, to celebrate and encourage people. We don't really talk about gardening the entire time. We do a lot of eating, dancing, having fun, getting to know each other, because community is very important. But we also talk to other people that have no clue of who we are and what we're doing, and let them know. We pretty much homesteaders and gardeners, and we love what we do, and we invite them to do these things, to follow our channels. We teach them how to do this, but we also have a day of service, we call it, at the Savannah Children's Museum, which will look very different 2025 because we are upgrading. We don't do things bigger and better this next year. So we will be upgrading 2025, but it'll still be Savannah Children's Museum, the Railroad Museum also this year, but next year with us. So look out for more information on SoilFamily Expo 2025. We do have an official date. So we are starting to put things together. Actually, tomorrow I said I was going to start working on it hard, Karen. And putting things together. So wish I could have met up with y'all in Tampa area. Yeah, we spent a good amount of time in Tampa. It is very nice there. What were we at? Stork something, I can't remember. Wherever wherever the cruise ship leave from, the aquarium. We were in that area. Man, you can spend a whole day there. Like, it's nice there.
Everywhere. I got the bags off of Amazon.
I don't know what they name.
Yeah, you have to search.
I had to look for them.
Yeah, they got all different sizes, so you want to make sure you get the size that you need for your particular.
Well,
plant.
yours came with multiple sizes.
Yeah.
Or did you order a bunch of different? Because they all in the same pack.
I did order different ones because I wanted some individual for just the fruit. I wanted some for hedges, and I wanted one for a tall tree, a tall plant. So I did order different ones.
Yeah, because we got a whole pack of different sizes.
Yeah. So guys, with the SoilFamily Expo, we want to invite everybody to come down. So this is for like-minded, good people who actually want to know and meet other good people. Yeah. We will have other content creators there, so come and meet each and every one of them. I mean, amazing people, guys. I'm talking about if y'all ain't never been in a group of people that just good and loving.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's definitely one of the places you want to come.
Dinner, so we do have a expo dinner, and the tickets sell fast for dinner. That we'll work on that stuff, getting that up soon. Vendors, we'll open the door for vendors. We'll have a $25 vendor fee this year, but we have a different setup for our vendors. It's gonna be amazing. That way we'll have more space and more eyes on us where we'll be situated this year. So if you want to be a vendor, you can absolutely think about it. Anything, we just ask our vendors don't sell any alcohol, tobacco, or candy. We try to stay away from candy because we are at Savannah Children's Museum, and the kids love candy.
Yeah, it's about health too.
Yes.
So we want to monitor, the kind of stuff that we put into our bodies. Not saying that you can't, but we don't want to promote it.
Yeah.
Kimberly
said, I took cayenne pepper and water, drank it on an empty stomach, and got sick. Ooh.
Really?
Oh man, I take it on an empty stomach all the time.
Yeah, I
But
take it first thing in the morning.
yeah, but that's why we say it's important to know, what'll work for you, because it won't work the same for everybody. Sorry you got sick, but yeah, eat your piece of toast or something before you pick your cayenne. The benefits are amazing. Then again, you might try it again, and your system be like, oh, okay, I'm ready this time. So definitely be mindful of what you can and cannot handle. Any face YouTube, we good to go?
There's a lot. Also, Lynette want to know what's the name of the herb for special needs children called
Lion's mane.
lion
Lion's mane is a
something.
good one.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna say special needs, but ADHD is
Magnesium deficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody need right, it was fine before. Oh, okay. Everybody need magnesium, but definitely when they say your kids are ADHD or having some type of learning disability, or focusing on something, sometimes that's just it's just magnesium deficiency. But lion's mane is great for the brain, and that can help tremendously with speech therapy, just cognitive learning, behavior, all that good stuff. So lion's mane is good to give not only your kids but yourself. We all need that extra help sometimes.
And guys, a little bit more about the SoilFamily Expo. SoilFamily Expo is different from Black's Tropical. It is a non-profit.
It is.
It is something that me and my wife we put together once we started into this community, and we met so many amazing people. We wanted everybody to get together and meet, and it started off as a little thing, and it grew, and now we have met tons and tons of amazing people, and we want to keep it going as long as possible. And we wanted to grow it as big as possible. We want this community of good people to be, big. We want it to be huge. We want to take back all this nastiness to each other, always being divisive towards each other. And it's because we don't get to know each other. We don't really know each other. So being able to meet up, have a meal, sit down, have a conversation.
Oh my God!
And
it's crazy.
It's always an amazing thing, and it opens your eyes to a lot, because a lot of people don't run into a lot of good people.
Yeah.
We know there are good people out there, but how often do we run into them? How many times we walk past them, and just because we got no reason to be with each other, we don't say nothing to each other. So this is a good way for us to get together and know each other, not just online, but actually meet each other face to face. In real life.
You leave there with friends forever, family forever.
We got people now that go and visit each other now.
Yep.
They actually go to each other's state and homes and all that stuff, and it all because they was able to get comfortable at one of these
Thank you
meetups.
So much for the stars.
And we appreciate it. We love all of y'all.
Oh my God. And we try to take the time and conversate with everybody. Like, it's important. Y'all show up here in Savannah to spend the weekend with us. We make sure we are available. Like, we started dinner Thursday night. We were at dinner together. I think it was like 30 of us. But the restaurant was like, hey, let's do this. It was beautiful. Friday, we were at the park hanging out, even though the guys left us. This year, next year, we got plans for they ain't leaving us. We're going to have a picnic somewhere. So we need to get with Savannah Citrus, because we bringing food. And we're going to have a picnic on his farm on Friday. Y'all ain't going to leave us.
Broke Farmer say, I met some awesome people there.
Yeah. It's
Broke is an amazing person himself, guys.
Hey, Broke on the Facebook side. Y'all make sure y'all. Broke Farmer was live. He on Facebook.
Oh, he on both too?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was live a little while ago. I'm telling y'all, that's where you go to learn for real. He is the master gardener. He ain't gardening just flowers. But Broke Farmer is where you want to go. But Friday, we get together, we dance. You have an option of whatever you want. All the food out there, from seafood to barbecue to tacos, or if you just want coffee from Starbucks, it's all there and convenient. But you hang out with each other and get to know each other. You dance, you have you a drink, go to Wet Willie's, go to Savannah Candy Kitchen. The town is like wide open for us. They embrace us with nothing but love. So it's not, you don't have to be a gardener, you don't have to be a content creator. Like my husband said, you just need to be a good person. Butler, Jerry Butler Family Farm was there. People come from far and wide for SoilFamily Expo, and we thank y'all. So we take the time to make sure we there eating and breaking bread with y'all and getting to know you. Like I said, not just content creators. We had visitors from Philadelphia. They not content creators. We didn't know what they looked like until they got here. Then it was like, okay, we family now. Even though they bought all the honey, took it back to Philly with them. But
Texas,
family, California,
Chicago,
Missouri, everywhere. Indiana,
come strong.
Maryland, you name it. I mean, everywhere. Virginia, the Carolinas, of course. I mean, but Florida, it's just a beautiful time. And every year it's just getting bigger and better.
And as long as y'all guys, embrace it, we're gonna do it, because, like I said, it is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
We do everything we can to get the funding to be able to do this thing, but we make it work with what we got. Yeah. And hopefully at some point, the funding will become something more, and we can actually do more.
Yeah.
If anybody want to donate to SoilFamily, it is
Stoneman in New Jersey.
It is a nonprofit, and you get all the benefits of a nonprofit. But come.
Come and enjoy. Yeah. We have amazing sponsors. From Redmond's Real Salt to Baker Creek. Man, we gave out some seeds last year. A lot of salt and a lot of seeds. We gave out hundreds of bottles of Redmond's Real Salt because it's the best. Not just the Redmond's Real Salt, but the Relight hydration packs also. We are trying to be safe for the cruise next August. Y'all got a big cruise coming up. But Baker Creek, they donate so many seeds. We just gave away like thousands of packs of seeds. Also,
if let me say this real quick, guys, if y'all got some of those okra seeds for me, y'all need to try them, man. The ones I got are amazing, and these were donated to us by a friend, and it is I don't want to say it's a special variety, but
it's a heirloom.
It is a heirloom.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen them anywhere. But these things started growing okra at 2 feet tall.
Oh, they were little plants.
Yeah, and they are constantly, as they get bigger, putting out more and more and more and more.
I like them. I like them because they not like 14-foot plants putting out okra, and you got to fight to get to them. Yeah. They still like 4 feet tall. I love that. Brooks said he got salt from last year. Telling you that's the best salt. That's your minerals. That's what we use to season our food. We make our Soleil water with it. I even take a bath with it. Bobby gonna take a bath with it tonight because he didn't know that. But detox bath tonight. For Bobby, we need to do that the same day so I can keep up with it. But I did mine last week. He'll do his this week. So you gonna detox in some borax.
I ain't mad. Shawnee said, Wet Willie's.
Wet Willie's for the win. Wet Willie's usually, I might have to talk to them this year because I want to make sure y'all get y'all 10% off when y'all go on Wet Willie's.
Who was that? Me, Shawnee, and somebody who was down there. We went down there too.
Was it Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Went to Wet Willie's? Yeah. So it's an amazing time. And we hope to see you all. It is in April. I'll give y'all some heads up. It is in April. But we'll release that date. I need to get with our assistant so we can get things straight so we can go ahead and release that date so y'all can get going and see if we can work out a host hotel for you guys.
Miss Shirley say that the deer ate all her okra.
Ooh, and see, the deer ate your okra this year? Did they eat your pear or something last year?
That's a busy weekend for a host hotel, but I mean, you may just have to get them where you can.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we have them races and everything.
Yeah, but we try and see what we can get, and if not, we just give them 2 good hotels like we did last year, one downtown, one in Pula. So we got some work to do, and we will work it out. But if we can get a host hotel at a decent price, we'll get it. But we always tell people Pula is nice. It's a short drive to downtown. It's affordable if you're gonna be drinking or adulting, as we call it. I would definitely stay downtown where you can walk and get around without driving. Cause Savannah don't play that. So.
And guys, don't get it confused. This is a ton of work, but it's our way of giving back and showing our appreciation for our community.
Yeah.
Being able to introduce people to other people that may improve their life in the long haul. To meet a good friend.
Yeah.
To actually meet somebody that will be vital to you in your life.
Yeah. Coming
up. And you would have never done it if you didn't have a reason to be around them. So
yeah.
We love going to all of the expos if we can, but we go to as many as we can because we still got to take care of home.
Yeah.
And meet as many people as we can because, without y'all, we can't do this. Yeah. And we enjoy doing it. We enjoy being of service, and being of service. There's no better way to do it than actually influence people in a positive way to get in each other's lives. Like we try to show you how to eat, how to cook, how to be good to each other.
Yes.
And that's our part. That's what makes us feel good. That will actually do our heart justice. So y'all allow us to do this, and we want to give back.
Yeah, we try to have as many giveaways. Oh, we have a lot of giveaways that weekend. Stuff like hydroponic systems, seeds, of course, samples, gardening tools, gardening, everything you can think of, aprons. We try to give back as much as we can just to show our appreciation. Because we do appreciate all of the love and support. We will come in on the 26th of March, and that's at the St. Patrick's Day, which is the biggest holiday.
I think she's talking about 2026.
Oh.
Because I think they're talking about
because the cruise is 25. Mm-hmm. The next cruise is, the cruise is 2025 in August, and we had to skip that cruise because we can't leave for 10 days. Well, actually, we'd be gone like 14 days because we need 2 days to travel. We can't leave our animals that long, so, and I can't imagine being on a cruise ship for 10 days. After about day 3 or 4, I'm ready to come home. So 10 days is a bit too much for us, so we had to skip out on that. Even HOA, we skipped HOA this year because we have another event to go to, which we'll announce that in a couple weeks. Real soon here we'll announce that. Borax detox. So I'm gonna just say, do your research on borax. I know some people argue that borax ain't the same. Ain't nothing the same anymore. But there are some benefits to detoxing with borax. And you're just sitting in a tub, and it's very little. So you just take a bath in it. I'll drop that video a little later of what we use to detox. When we take our bath detox, it's a very simple concoction.
Make sure to say thank you for the garden bench. It is awesome.
You welcome. I'm glad you got your bench. Yeah, garden benches. We gave away a bunch of them this year. Oh, we gave away 3 garden benches and 3 garden sets. Mm-hmm. So from Amirla, we got some amazing sponsors, y'all. Mm-hmm. So
so anybody who actually who donate, that's not monetarily, we actually give that stuff out to people. We usually do it at the expo.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do give it out
at dinners.
Yeah.
On live. Sometimes we'll offer a couple things for live, just an incentive or just to celebrate the upcoming event. But most of the time, a lot of that stuff we give away in person. Mm-hmm. We want you to go back home. We know some people fly in, so we try to work things out so you can still get your prize or give you something that you can fly home with and make sure you're good. But I'm going to leave y'all with Bobby because I'm baking a cake and my ribs.
Well, I think we pretty much covered everything that we need to cover. We just wanted to make sure, everybody taking necessary precautions. You know. And it's not something that most of y'all don't know, but sometimes saying things will make people
Yeah,
say,
it'll remind you.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's what, I always say we have these conversations just so it can be like, oh, I didn't think of that. And sometimes y'all will say things and we'll be like, oh, I didn't think of that. But most of all, we want y'all to know that we are praying for you. Anybody that's in the storm's path or any storm, not just this one, but any storm path or harm's way. I know how these things can be. They can be a bit tricky, scary, and it can be a headache. But we are praying for you. We hope you are taking the necessary precautions to be safe and being prepared, making sure your family is on the same track, same path. We have elders that need help, making sure that you reach out to them and they know that, hey, I'm here. I told our friends, I said, y'all know we're a call away. I mean, we were trotting through the rain, knee deep, to save a friend a few weeks ago. But if you don't have to go out, stay in, especially if you're in this storm's path, because we don't know. This thing is all around water. We are all surrounded by water. You can't underestimate no puddle. Don't assume, oh, that water ain't deep, and try to drive through it. It's not safe. So definitely be safe and stay in touch with each other. We'll definitely keep y'all posted. We're going to try to always post and say something that so that y'all will know that we are safe, and we expect the same from you all. We like to know that y'all are safe. Yeah, ribs and cake. Yeah, I'm making a strawberry shortcake. I see we were supposed to have half of a strawberry shortcake, but I don't know.
Well, I call my brother to see if he's gonna come and get half. But it is
Bobby, like, I don't want to encourage nobody to come out, so.
Well, I mean, I don't think the weather is too bad. But if we're gonna always encourage y'all to grow, and if you're planning on growing at some point, no time like the present, because you hear the gardeners in the chat saying that how the deer ate their food, or they had some issue. You have to learn in your area what's the best way to do that, because whatever I do may not work the same for you.
Well, what do you do for
you
deer?
may not have bug problems like we have. You may not have the heat problem like we have. So what you need to do for your plants in your area is vital, and you have to learn that by doing. You can't just say Black Tropical dropping seeds right now, so I'm gonna drop some seeds right now.
You gotta know your area.
Yeah, you gotta know exactly when it's a good time to do it. What I do for deer, when I'm in my yard, I don't
come in the house.
I don't go in the bath. I don't go to the bathroom.
In the house.
Yeah, I go to the bathroom outside.
Yeah.
And deer don't like to smell humans, so if you can actually put your smell in the yard, even around the areas, it probably will stop them from wanting to come by.
So that's why Bobby ain't got no hair, because he say, I'm going to cut my hair off.
That's the
throw
reason.
It out in the yard. Keep the deer away.
Genetics ain't had nothing to do with it. Yeah, if you can shave and you can put all that stuff inside something and just, even if you could get a container and keep it in the house. I ain't telling y'all to do that, but keep it in a container when you use the bathroom in, and then just go out there and sprinkle it around.
Throw it around. I don't have to worry.
The barrier of your yard.
And Bobby take care of it all day. Oh my goodness, strawberry shortcake is my language. So I like strawberry shortcake. I like my cake to be more of like a pineapple based cake. I use pineapple juice instead of water or whatever else.
Your chat thing just froze.
Yeah. And this time when I made my glaze, I put a little bit of pineapple. I put some pineapple in my glaze before I pureed. I pureed my glaze with strawberry and pineapple. So I don't think I'm going to put no pineapple on the cake, just strawberry. But yeah, I figured Bobby needed dessert since we might be in the house for a little while. Oh Lord, girl, I ain't lying. Like, why would I do that? So that's what I'm about to go finish. I did film this time, so I'm about to finish that. I need to make my icing, then I'm gonna go ahead and build this cake and stick it in the refrigerator, cut it in half.
Yeah. So guys, I'm working on downgrading on my size. You know, I'm a little heavy. You know,
No, you're a lot heavy. It's like the dogs step on your feet and they think they weigh 10 pounds.
I've
Bobby
been
a lot heavier.
lifting in you call bodybuilding for the majority of my life, and I've been eating as such. So now that I'm getting older, it's unhealthy for me to be able to hold that amount of weight on me.
Cats and dogs.
Is it? So now I'm trying to still look decent, but less weight, and I've been doing pretty good. I did go and uh, get my blood pressure done, and it was a little high, and that actually snapped me into gear. So you know, I started doing my cayenne regimen more and starting to, you know, increase my potassium and all that. And it has come down. So now, you know, I'm good, but I have to maintain that. So after 20 30 years, 30 years, Jesus, I'm old, working out and lifting heavy and not doing as much cardio as I should, I need to go ahead and start. So, you know, if y'all on that journey, y'all need to work with me, you know. So I can't give up everything, but I am going to pay more attention to, you know, doing more cardio. And I'm not going to take any pills. I'm not about the medication because I could do it without it. I just had to see where I needed to do it. So I did. So guys, we are going to call it. Should I go to the gym? What time it is? Still. And my wife gonna cook the stuff that's gonna feed my belly, and I'm gonna go and work it off. So we appreciate you all. Beetroot. Have you tried it? So I do take a beet. I do take a beet supplement, and we do have beet juice, which, and I'm always funny about the juice because if it came from the store, I'm always concerned of what they put in it to keep it good. So I try to stay away from the juice. Even the supplement could be tricky because you don't know what's in the supplement. So it is one of those things I have to keep, you know, be cognizant of. We did grow beets, but we didn't grow enough to be able to sustain us until time to grow them again. So it's a whole thing. Next year I will be more intentional when it comes to the beet growing because we realize it don't taste bad. You know, the juice tastes horrible, but the actual beets themselves don't taste bad. So we have to be more intentional when I grow on the beets next year because it actually helps. The amount of cayenne that we grow, we don't have to worry about that. We got plenty enough cayenne to last us until next year, and they're still going and going and going. I got some in there dehydrating right now, and we already got, you know, a couple 5-gallon bags full of it. We still got jars full of cayenne powder. So we're gonna make sure we always have that. We use it in our products. We use it on our daily. So we definitely need that. And we want to encourage all y'all that's growing. Grow some cayenne, guys. Everybody can use it. Especially if you're, you know, in your late 30s on up. Like, that cayenne pepper is amazing, guys. I think it's one of those things that nobody has been talking about. That definitely need to be talked about. You know, how much it can save, how many lives it can save. You know, I've seen people in their 40s catch heart attacks, guys, you know, and it's all because of the kind of foods we eat in the day. Do you know you can take these cayenne peppers shots and not catch a heart attack? I mean, it could stop a heart attack. So, I mean, even in mid heart attack, it'll actually help, you know. So make sure you take that stuff on a daily. You can't overtake it. And it is good for you in so many ways. Gives you energy, stop heart attacks, stop pains, stomach ulcers, all that good stuff. Y'all heard my wife say this stuff a million times, but we keep pushing that because it's so important. We never know if that thing actually stopped us from having a heart attack. Some of us, probably would have had one if we didn't take it, but we'll never know, and that's good enough. We don't need to know. So just take our word for it. It's one of the things that people kind of keep wanting you to get on prescription meds for. And, one prescription med leads to some more, and we don't need that. We need the stuff that's going to be good for us. Exercise a little bit more as you get older. Eat decent. Be cognizant of all the stuff that's in these fast food restaurants, food, yeah, even in the store foods. Nobody's saying cut everything out. Eat less of it. And if you can cut it all out, cut it all out. But if you can't, know that you're doing yourself a great service by leasening the amount that you're actually eating. And we want everybody to live as long as they can, as healthy as they can, and be great. Especially as good people. We want all of y'all to stick around because we need as many good people in this world as we could possibly get. But guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. We appreciate everything. Oh, the chat started moving again on YouTube.
It did. You said it started moving?
Yeah. Oh no, did it?
No.
Oh, it's still in the same spot. I thought I saw it move.
No, it didn't move.
All right, guys. So we're gonna let y'all go. We appreciate y'all joining us on this beautiful Sunday.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
And raining.
Be safe. And know, that you have a community here.
That's what them snakes do when they outside.
Yeah. When you wake up in the morning and I'm rubbing you with that thing.
But see, I wouldn't do that while you sleep. I wouldn't do that while you sleep. Y'all have a blessed day and don't let nobody steal your joy. You gotta hit the X on that one.